Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a great show lined up. Got a famous Friday fishing forecast. Going to give away some seafood from Tarpon Dock. Got some great pictures you're going to enjoy. Got a live report from St. Joe. So first, our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and 77. I don't need to tell you it's cold. It's going to be colder tonight. Some folks are going out to these ball games all through the Panhandle, so you need to wrap up. It's going to be a low of 37 here on the coast, and inland it's going to be around freezing. So be prepared. And a lot of folks in the morning are going to be in a tree stand. Folks, I'm going to be in a tree stand in the morning with my grandson in Elba, Alabama. So you know how cold we're going to be, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. So just be ready for a cold weekend. Now, high is going to be on a 59. The water temperature stays at 69 degrees. Let's take a look at our river readings. The Apalachicola Bluntstown, if you're on the river, is going to be in good shape. It's still at a 1.9 like it was yesterday. And the Choctawhatchee at Caryville, same story here, 2.8. It's been that way all week long. Not much movement at all on our river system. Now take a look at a tide chart here on the screen, brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. Their motto is "When Carrying Counts." Today is November the 14th, and we got some pretty good tides, not as strong as last weekend, but we have a low tide 11:22 and a high tide 11:33, almost exactly 12 hours across. Marine forecast, it's going to be blowing today, coming straight out of the north, bringing that cold air with it about 12 miles per hour. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Captain Blair Morgan and get a fishing report from there. Good morning, Blair.
Good morning, Winston.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Let's see, y'all got a big game. St. Joe's over at South Walton tonight.
Yeah, we got a big playoff over there tonight, and it's going to be cold, like you said, and but maybe we'll do some good against them.
Yeah, it'd be both two good teams. It'd be a good ball game. I know it'd be a big crowd there too.
Yeah.
What's going on outdoors-wise down on the eastern end of our viewing area?
Well, of course, we got these fronts coming through one right behind the other, Winston, and fishing, there's just really no fishing going on. A little bit of surf fishing going, and they're catching some whiting and whatnot. But, as usual, the trout, I keep saying this, but the trout and redfish, they're going up into the mouth of the creek, so they'll be kind of cornered up there, and you can get out in the wind most days up there in some of those areas. But I know squirrel season has been excellent this year. There's plenty of squirrels, plenty of acorns, and people having a big time doing that. And it seems like we're going to have a good deer population this year with some good bucks, because I've had some reports of people really seeing some nice bucks. As a matter of fact, I saw a real good one yesterday when I was out looking around.
Well, good. That sounds good. Let me ask you about real quickly about the fishing on the flounder. Flounder's still pretty steady, or most of them moving on out?
I haven't heard much at all about the flounder lately. I mean, last week, I don't know, they must be gone or something offshore. I don't know.
I'm beginning to. Those kind of reports I'm starting to get around here. They're about getting out of the pass and on out of here now. So I imagine the same thing happening down there.
Right.
All right. Well, that's a good report. I'll get us started for the weekend. Thanksgiving right around the corner.
Yeah, we're looking forward to gun season. It's opening here before too long, and the dogs will be running and barking, and there'll be a lot of shooting going on, and we're going to have fun.
All right. That sounds good, Blair. Thank you so much, buddy.
All right.
We'll see you later. All right, Blue Water Outriggers. Let's go ahead and do our fishing game time for today while we're in this segment here, and we'll go ahead and take a look at it. We're going to, this is brought to us by Mark Coward of Edgewater Beach Realty. His number is 832-6000. And we're looking at our time this morning, 5:34 to 7:34. We're right in the middle of it. And this evening, 5:56 to 7:56. So almost from about 6 to 8 this evening. And if you want to get out, it's going to be cold. They'll be coming out of the north. All right, we'll take our first break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us. Got a lot of pictures, but first let me remind you of this weekend, every Sunday morning, Cast and Call Outdoors with Whitney Woodrick and her dad Walter. It's good. I watch it every Sunday morning, and it's a good. They do a really good job with it. And I'm not just saying it because it's family, but it's a really good photography, really good content. So I'd encourage you to watch it. It's very good. All right, now let's get to. I want to say a special good morning to Doodle Locke out of Wausau. Good morning, Doodle. Appreciate you watching the show every morning. And also I want to say a special good morning to Eric Wibberly down in the Cove in Panama City. You two guys, it's two different places, but both of y'all watch Panhandle Outdoors every morning. I appreciate that. All right, let's get into some of our pictures. We have a lot of pictures. We may not get through all of them. They pile up, and we've been so busy this week and haven't got a chance to do a picture. But let's start off with this first one here. And we're talking about flounder. I've gotten a lot of flounder pictures. This is Jonathan Snyder, Ryan Huggins, in 1 hour and 44 minutes. So that was a good morning right there. Good job, boys. All right. Now this is not the same. This is not the same picture. Now this is Jonathan. Let's see, Matt Mandeville, Jonathan Snyder, and Kyle Register. And on the next day, on Saturday. Good job there. All right. What about a nice grouper from Jonathan Simmons? Jonathan down there at works down there at Bill Kramer's Chevrolet. Good job, Jonathan. Remington Stotler started off his squirrel season. Got 3 nice ones there. That's probably good enough for breakfast, Remington. How about an old throwback picture for the old timers? This is over at Camp Helen. This is a boathouse. Some of y'all remember, like in 1955, the old wooden boats there, and the old boathouse, of course, not there anymore. I think there's 3 poles left from that old dock there. That's how the boathouse used to look over at Camp Helen, which is now State Park. More flounder. James Weslowski and Clark Whitehorn. Clark Whitehorn. Good job, Clark. Sea quarters. Folks, look at this. We're going to hold this a second. This is a 32-inch speckled trout caught by Captain Tim Edwards. Captain Kim from Sea Quarters sent this picture to us. That is a healthy, you don't see them get much bigger than that. 32 inches. He caught it on the incoming tide. You can see right there in front of Sea Quarters there. Good job, Tim Edwards. All right. J.B. Hilliard, they do every year. He has this tradition to go squirrel hunting in the morning and crappie fishing in the afternoon. And I'm going to read his email later, but just remember this picture when I read J.B. email. Good job there. All right, squirrel hunting. This is Brittany Erdman, squirrel hunting, and then she also was a group of people that were camping and hog hunting and squirrel hunting down in Weewall, outside of Weewall. How about this bow kill? Nick Martin. Nick is hunting with Matt Rhodes. Nick graduated last year. This is a nice shot with that bow. Good job, Nick Martin. It's tough to kill those. Okay. Sand trout, Bill Angevine off the City Pier. He hasn't seen the sand trout in quite some time. His first ones he's seen out there, sand trout. That's good eating too. All right. Shelby Nasbrook, she was our student of the month last week, and here she is throwing a net off the dock. This is a good series right here. Look how it got a good spread. Look how the thing spread out. Isn't that pretty? And then she catches something. They're taking the pictures, and it got a mullet. She was trying to catch bait to go fishing. She's with a cousin, Courtney Clubs. Good job, girls. Here's Brandon Fuller with a striper. I'm sorry, this is not. This is let's go back up here. This is Josh Turner with a redfish caught out at the state park. Good job, Josh Turner. Shed. This is William Jones. He's walking on the property and found that was a big rattlesnake. I think I counted 15 buttons on that rattle. 15. And of course, we showed the Chris Carroll family. Showed them yesterday camping out. A great picture. And now we're going to have a. Okay, I'll talk more about this just briefly. Put it on the calendar November the 18th over at Gulf Coast, and we'll talk more about this later. Animal migration, bass tournament coming up November the 22nd. Put that on the calendar. That's going to be Deer Point Lake, High Point Landing, and we'll talk more about that later. And how about this? This is a Brandon Fuller holding this striper here. That is a nice fish. They're catching good stripers now. Kayak fisherman on flounder over Shell Island. One or two more. That's crappie, speckled perch, we call them. Rick Lemus over at Lake Talquin. The Lemus family fished for a long time over there. And let's end on this one. Spanish mackerel. Joe at the Panama City. Spanish are still around, believe it or not. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. Let's go ahead and let's take our break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. I was sitting here thinking during the break, what all those pictures are. What a great fishing report. All those are this past week, from the weekend on through yesterday. And if you need a fishing report, just look at the pictures. You don't have to read anything, but we will come up with a fishing report later. Also, don't forget it's Alabama Youth Hunt Weekend, and we'll be pulling out tonight, headed up that way, and looking forward to it. And I also want to give a big congratulations to my daughter, Wendy Chester Woodrick, 8th grade American history teacher at Bay Haven. She won the Golden Apple Teacher Award from Channel 7 yesterday, and they came out there and got a big Golden Apple, and I'm very, very proud of her. And she's an excellent teacher and a wonderful daughter. So if y'all see her today, congratulate her. And now, let's set up this video. Now, I'll tell you ahead of time, this is not an outdoor video, but we pride ourselves here on Panhandle Outdoors with a variety of human interest kind of videos, and always has a tie-in somehow to Panhandle Outdoors. And this was this past weekend at Holly Fair, and I was out there with a book and ran into so many people that watched the show and enjoyed it, and bought the book and all, and it's so heartwarming. But also the different booth setup, I ran into some of our former students, and I was so proud of them. And what I want to show you, I know some of y'all watch Shark Tank and think about, watch these people, these innovations, ideals, and all. And I talked to my students about being creative and come up with different ideas and all. And this is exactly what I went around and showed you some things. These girls are making and doing real well on things they came up with themselves. And it may be an inspiration to some of y'all. So Jeff, we're going to do this video. Then we're going to come back for the famous Friday fishing forecast and also our drawing. So let's roll this video, Jeff. Okay, I have my book here, the Divers Den booth.
Yeah, look at your watch.
Let me
move my jump.
No. Carrie here. That's Carrie. And it's been a great weekend at Holly Fair. So we're wrapping things up. I'm going to go by and see some folks. And really neat stuff here. Good stuff. They actually have I got to show you this. It's actually a man cave where husbands came in here and watched ball games. Isn't that cool? Good idea. Everybody's packing up. It's been a great weekend. You can see them busy. And the Sharp girls, this is their booth.
Hi there.
Tell them who you are.
Tracy Sharp from Mosley High, class of '84.
There you go. And she does this seasoning. It's girls' night cheer, girls' night salsa.
Salsa and seasoning.
Have you had
yummy, yummy.
Good weekend?
Sold out. Oh, yeah.
All right. And there's Clyde Mills. Everybody knows Clyde Mills from Rutherford. They named the gym after him. He's so famous.
Hey, Coach Chester.
Out of the box gifts and more.
We had a great time. The best part was seeing you.
Oh, how sweet. Miss Sutherland, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Right next door to Out of the Box, this is a Garner Girls. This is a specialty food, and this young lady here, she's special. She and her twin sister, this is Alyssa and Liz Garner. They're Mosley girls. In fact, they graduated the same year Chip did.
Absolutely.
And I just want to tell you first of all, how great it is to see you.
Well, absolutely. It was great seeing you too this week.
Look, I was so, people were standing in line getting this. This is amazing. I want you to tell me the story.
Okay.
I want you to tell me the story of how the Garner Girls Specialty Food Company came in.
Well, it was Liz's idea about 10 years ago to pickle or, make our grandmother's pickles. This is a recipe that's been in our family for about 70 years. And my grandmother made these every summer. My granddaddy grew the cucumbers, particular varieties, superior variety. He would grow them. They had twin granddaughters, so one was in the kitchen with Mama and the other's in the garden with Papa. So about 10 years ago, she came up with this idea, and about a year and a half ago, she said, I'm going to do it. She sat down on the couch, and she was in total silence, and she said, okay, God, where am I going now? And this is what came to fruition. So a year in, we are making my grandmother's pickles. Well,
and I know you're going to be too shy to talk about it. It's been an amazing success story.
It's been an amazing success story. We are 28 retailers in. We have 8 restaurant chefs that use our pickles. We were just chosen this week for the 2014 New York Times Holiday Gift Giving Guide.
Wow.
Kroger in Atlanta has picked us up, so we have 30 stores in Georgia, in the Atlanta market, that are going to have our gift packs, and it just continues to grow. It's just bigger and better every single week, and we just feel that it's truly a blessing from God.
Well, and I agree with you. I know it's special for you to come back home to see. I know you've seen a lot of folks this weekend.
I have. It's been a reunion of mostly folks for me, so
and I know
it's been pretty amazing.
They've come by my booth and told me about you down here, and I want to now, Linda. We're going to have the Garner Girls pickles right here at out of the box. Linda, she's busy about it backing up. They're going to be available at Out of the Box immediately. Before the end of the show today, she is already going to get some boxes and put them in there. I'm going to come back in December for the open house, December 2nd at Out of the Box. So we'll have samples of our pickles out, as well as some foods. Right. Well, I mean, what's cool about this, of course, you're local girls, and then you took your grandmother's and you ran with it, and that's what makes it special.
It's about tradition. It's about, for us, it was about just sharing the tradition of our family, the legacy of our family,
right.
And how are we going to leave this earth. And if we can share something so special, and everybody has fallen in love with it, and we're just going to continue to grow. So we're very, very excited.
What a success story. And you see right up here, Garner Girls. And where do y'all live now?
We're in Atlanta, so we have our own 2,000 square foot production facility. So
your own production facility?
We do. We make the pickles exactly how my grandmother did, 5 gallons at a time. This summer we put up 138, and we've got 78 in process right now. We have canned in the last year almost 15,000 jars of pickles, and it's a labor of love, needless to say. So.
Wow, well, what a success, because I know people standing around here.
Yes.
This is so good to see you.
Thank you. It's wonderful to see you, and to have people come here and say, I was here last year, I've just been waiting to come and get your pickles, and to have the success that we've had is just a blessing.
And may God continue to bless your endeavors.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Okay. All right, welcome back to the famous Friday fishing forecast brought to us by Tarpon Dock Seafood. First, let us draw for our winners from Tarpon Dock. And first one's going to be the $20 gift certificate. And bringing that real quick, we're looking at Helen Turner from Youngstown. Helen Turner on $20. The second will be that big red snapper. Be good to cook this weekend in cold weather. And the winner of that is Mary Stevens from Youngstown. That's all. Now, we have some viewers in Youngstown. Both of these winners from Youngstown up there, so good job. So those right there. Let's get on our forecast now. Looking overall, let's start over here in Choctawhatchee Bay. First of all, I've heard some really good reports from Choctawhatchee Bay this week. There's some fishermen catching these speckled trout, and it's not unusual for every boat's bringing in some 5-pounder or so. But you got to get there and look for them. They still haven't got hold up yet. In fact, some good places, of course, the good places over there. One place over here at Freeport, fishing these docks over here in the bayous right here in Mullet and Mallet Bayou. Of course, there's mullet all up in here too, and right up in here in LaGrange Bayou. Those two spots right in there. I'm going to zoom in on some of these dock fishing. You just sort of cruise up there, go slow, and just eat casting. You can use live bait or just plugs and all up through here. And on this point right in here, Freeport has some good fishing. We don't get a lot of information over there because we like to keep it a secret. Isn't that right, guys? But don't forget now, Choctawhatchee Bay has been really good. Also, surf fishing down here on the coast in South Walton. Surf fishing they still caught some pompano this past week over there, and also catching some bull reds out of the surf. So that's a good report from there. That's coming over here, moving eastward down the Intercoastal Waterway. The drum is still biting at the mouth over here at West Bay. Good drum fishing right there. And also, let's go. I've got some good reports from Grand Lagoon. The sheephead bite there has been really good. Panama City, right here in Grand Lagoon, fishing these docks up in here has been strong. Dock fishing is really good now. Fishing under the bridge. You've seen pictures. I've had pictures all week long of big bull reds on the Hathaway Bridge and over here under the Tyndall Bridge. It's been really good. I'm looking at the other report. Whitney and her dad went out and caught some flounder. They're going to have a show on pretty soon, but the flounder are about moved out of the past now. and you can catch flounder all up and down here. You just got to get on them, and you want live bait now. They've seen a lot of stuff, but they want some. They're getting out of here, getting hungry. They want some live bait back in here. A few of them are out in here, but most of the flounder are sort of working their way on out now as we get on into December. There's still some stragglers there, and you still catch some in the bay, but most of the reports I'm getting with the water temperature hitting 59 degrees, I'm sorry, 69 degrees, they're moving on out. Ironically, they also ran, while they were out there fishing yesterday, saw a big school of tarpon, which is unusual to be this late. And they were all headed, they were rolling and jumping. They were all headed south, you know, like I said, with the water temperature cooling down. But they are here. Also, some manatees are still being spotted, and they're headed on down south too. But they're all getting the message that this water's cooling off. Again, redfish bite. I want to keep mentioning redfish bite. They've caught them in the surf, and it's been real strong. You've seen the pictures we've had. So flounder, redfish, and some nice trout. Again, dock fishing here in West Bay has been, or North Bay has been really good. And also off the point here, right up in here has been good. Okay, now let's go on down to Mexico Beach. Captain Mitch Coleman, his report. He's with Florida Days Adventures. He reports that it's been pretty slow, with the exception of the bull reds. And he talked about on the bull reds. Here's how you want them. Here's how they catch them down there. You look for birds working over the bait, and they use chunks of cut bait. That's why they throw chunks of cut bait or live pinfish on a 6/0 circle hook. All right. You just heard the report from St. Joe Bay from Captain Blair Morgan. Some whiting still in the surf. Winter surf fishing for whiting is always just, you can count on it all the time. Carabel, you saw that big 32-inch speckled trout on the pictures there, and it's been strong down there. So it's been a good week overall, with the exception maybe Mexico Beach a little slow, but the canal there should be producing some too. All right. That's going to take care of our Friday fishing report, and we're all wishing you're going to have a great weekend in outdoors. And make sure, always we ask you to do something good for your fellow man, and enjoy the outdoors. It's going to be cold this weekend, so wrap up and stay warm. And we'll sign off now. It's been a great week, and appreciate you watching. I always want to thank God for these beautiful sunsets and these hungry fish, and ask you to do something good for your fellow man. You have a great weekend, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.